I thought I'd go over a couple of quick little tricks or tips that make these cars a little easier to work on and a little bit easier to run, I guess. I live in a very hot climate at this point, so these cars tend to overheat or at least get pretty hot. I have yet to have it actually overheat, but it gets pretty darn hot sitting at a stoplight. It does not like it. So anything I can do to make the thing cool down a little bit or stay cooler is what I'll do. Also, just to work on these cars, there's just a few things that are odd about them. Not really a big deal, but quick little things you can do to help. So one of the things is putting valve covers on. Obviously, the old valve covers like to disintegrate. Mine did. I hunted these down. I like them. I don't know if they really help in any way as far as performance. I just thought I got to cover up the valve train and they look nice. So in order to get these out, a lot of people think you have to take off the pump here and even the alternator. You really don't. There is a bolt right here, this bracket. This bolt normally sticks way out here, and it makes it basically impossible to take the valve cover off. But having extra bolts sticking out doesn't actually make it stronger. So I cut it off, ground it back a little bit. Now the valve cover just slides right off. Not really a big deal. Very simple. Just cut this bolt off. Very simple. All the bolts still in there, so it's still doing its job. And back to the cooling part of this car, because I guess they have to basically build these cars for all possibilities and circumstances. One of the things that they do with these cars is they actually run the cooling system through the throttle body in order to warm the throttle body and the air charge to keep everything from freezing and atomizing inside the intake system. Obviously, it's an older Corvette. I don't know anybody that's going to go running around driving it in the snow a whole lot. And when it was new, I don't think it was going to do that either. So yeah, if you live in a cold climate, that might be something you actually need to worry about. However, most of the time, you're going to be driving something else. So you can bypass this. There's a line here. Sorry, I'm completely out of whack there. There's a line that goes in here, and then there's a line that comes out down here. It's hard to get to. It's right there, right where that clamp is. So this is a new line. I've bypassed it. I run it all the way over here and then cut the line to the heater box or the heater core. And for now, I just temporarily put sealant in there and then clamp this down nice and tight. I haven't flanged it or done anything with it because there's a lot of things I intend to do to the car. So I don't really need to bother with that right now. I made sure it dried. It's never leaked, never has a problem. There's really not enough pressure to deal, going through the heater box or the heater core to do anything. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting too fat. But this is part of the air pump system. This goes through the exhaust all the way down there and then actually goes just to the catalytic converter. Essentially what it does is it blows air on it, kind of like one of those things you have at your fireplace. You blow air on it, it makes the fire puff up and get hotter. So what it does is while your car is warming up, it blows air on the catalytic converter in order to cause it to heat up faster, and then it makes it burn faster. Yada yada. The car's so old. This car right now doesn't even have catalytic converters. And so I've removed that part of the air system. However, because some areas in the inspections actually look to see if this equipment is still here, I just had to leave this on here just until I knew for sure that I was going to pass and not have a problem or not have to worry about passing at all. At this point, it turns out I don't have to worry about passing at all. But I'm lazy and I don't feel like taking it off at the moment. So at some point, I'll get into removing an air pump system. But for now, just the line going down to the catalytic converter that doesn't exist at the current moment. And for all of you nannies, there will be a cat on this car at some point. It just isn't on there right now with the new exhaust. So there's a couple of secrets for now. I'll do another one here shortly, maybe throw in a couple of tidbits from the inside of the car.